1998. This shit's fire.
What is up, y'all? Cool Jules, and I just want to set a little disclaimer. My phone was running out of storage space while I was recording my portion of the video. Everybody else is fine. STARZ is wonderful, so thank you, STARZ, for showing up. So yeah, I just want to apologize in advance. My video is going to keep cutting in and out, but hope you guys enjoy the podcast. Now, let's get it started. What is good, everybody? Welcome back to Pin the Gas podcast, where we cater to your motorcycle and motorcycle racing needs and desires. Tonight, we have the obvious man right here, Cool Jules, hosting the show with Andy and Delix Rowe, Chris the Show, Simko, and the man that needs no introduction or an official PTG nickname, because he has one. He has one, and it's very known through the community. Everybody give it up for TRAX, ladies and gentlemen. Come on. What's good? Say what's up to the people. What's up, bro?
Thank you, guys. What's going on?
What's going
My man's
on,
got
Jose?
that very vibrant display in the background.
Not much, man. Happy to be here.
Glad to have you. Glad to have you.
Absolutely.
We're glad to have you. Everyone sees it through the videos that I be posting on YouTube or like the Instagram stories. Whenever we're on screen together, it's just one big.
The party.
It is a party. It's a party all day, every day, because we only have one life to live. You know what I mean? So we gotta make it count every day. And everybody understands. When we get on two wheels and we're out there, it's there's a lot that goes through our heads. Like there's a lot that we have to consider. With that being said, I just kind of want to touch on something that Jose has told me earlier, and if he wants to explain, I'm gonna let him take the wheel.
It's crazy that I come on the show on such a day, like he was saying, things happen on two wheels that we don't expect. We put ourselves at risk, and we take chances on our motorcycles every day. We go out on them, and I recently on Friday I lost a good friend of mine's, fellow track rider. I lost him to the streets, and it's been tough for his family and his friends. He was a 20-year-old rider. His name is Jose. May he rest in peace and ride in paradise. We just lost for words right now, and in disbelief of what has recently happened. And as I was speaking with Kay, he told me that he's a 1-year anniversary of his friend that he lost as well. And it's happened too frequently lately. So many GoFundMes, so many rest in peace hashtags, and I'm not saying don't ride in the streets, but I'm telling you to ride in the streets, race in the track. And when we ride in the streets, don't do it unnecessarily. Try to ride the streets at least as possible. I recently just did a post telling drivers to take a look back over their shoulders, not only check those mirrors, because we so often lose riders to that lack of consideration, or not consideration, because we have consideration for riders, but we often forget that there are motorcycles on the road, and we don't take that extra step to look over your shoulder and make sure that no one's on your left or your right. And unfortunately, this accident happened. We don't have the details yet of what exactly transpired with my friend Jose and where he lost his life, but we know it was on the road, and it's unfortunate, but we know that he died doing what he loved, which is riding his motorcycle. So we take some grief away in that aspect, and we know he's in a better place.
Absolutely. So my condolences goes out to and his family.
From the group to all of us, yeah, for all the family and everything.
from all the PTs fam.
Yeah.
Coincidentally,
Yeah.
this today, today is the 1 year anniversary of when I lost my boy. He, you know, he was like a really fun dude. And he wasn't even on a fast bike. It's just the truck that hit him, and like it was just a series of just unfortunate events. So life is very delicate, especially when we're out there, when we're doing what we love. We know the risks, but to everyone else, it's, again, like what Jose said, it's not that, you know, people are necessarily intentionally unaware. It's just that we require a little bit more of a sixth sense coming from people who don't see us. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, like I said, my condolences my condolences go out to you know, his family and all his loved ones. So, you know. And I appreciate you, Jose,
same.
for coming on
Same,
our
my
show
brother.
because I messaged you and I was like, yo, like, you know, we don't have to do this, you know what I mean? Like, you know, you could take some time, you know, because he meant a lot to you. But as Mr. TRAX STARZ is, he's like, yeah, nah, we're doing this. The show must go on, like, you know. So we really appreciate that. We really appreciate you being here. And
Nah, Jose would have wanted me to do it anyway, and having that coincidence of it being the anniversary of your friend that you lost, you know, maybe it's meant to be this way, you know, and it's always important to shed light. I mean, my biggest message, I mean, you see it on my shirt, is stay up on tools. And that message is just that, you know, I want you to always stay up, you know, whether it's on two wheels or your two legs, you know, just spreading that motivation and that word of positivity, and encouraging people to go from the streets to the track too. That's part of my name, TRAX STARZ. The T in the track and the S in the stars is for track and street. And the track saved my life, and I'm sure it kept Jose alive for this often too, for to this time too. You know, the streets is just extremely dangerous for motorcycles. We are the chassis of the motorcycle. When people are in cars, they have the car to protect them. All four doors or two doors and all this metal all around them. Unfortunately, motorcycles aren't designed that way, but uh, it's just something that I really preach. Like, the track is where you enjoy your motorcycle. The streets is where you ride. You know.
right.
Um, it's important that as often as I get to come on platforms like your guys and other platforms, that I preach this to people, because they think that the track is an impossible place to get to, and it's so possible, and it becomes actually more affordable when we get more riders out there participating on the track. And I think it's a place that everyone should experience once, because I think the knowledge that they gain from the track will save their life in many ways, as the streets doesn't transition to the track, but the track directly transitions to the streets, and makes you such a better rider.
Right, and that's what that's kind of like. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to take time away from the show and Delix, but that's kind of like where I'm at, because like after that whole thing, it got me really thinking. I was like, man, like, the streets are dangerous out here, and you know, they say that there's a statistic that most accidents happen 10 minutes away from where you live. So I'm like, I'm here just like, man, my true calling, and the fact that I have what I have, I feel like it should be on the track, and anything that I want to do and tempted to do that people do on the street, I should take that energy and transfer it to track, because yes, a track is much safer. Everyone's going the same direction. You have people watching you. There's a lot of runoff. There's no cars. There's no traffic. So that is something that I completely 100% agree with what Jose says. You know, the track is where it's at, and I can't wait to get there eventually. I've been working a lot, and my bike is kind of out of condition.
Now, I hope to see all you guys there. I mean, uh, it's funny when I met Jose, he was 16 years old. 16 years old on his first track day, and this kid is 16 years old on an R1.
Wow.
And I'm on the track. I'm on the track. You don't really know who's on the track with you, but I see that this kid is fast. He's fast and he's keeping up with me. And when we come off the track, I kind of like wanted to make sure like I see who this person is because I already been to the tracks, several times prior to that, but it's kind of like my first time back on my since like a 6-year hiatus. So and here comes this guy on the R1 and he's like moving over there, and I know he's a novice rider because he's in my group. And when I look back and I'm like, yo, I would give him the like thumbs up, and I'm like, yo, you fast, and I'm taking off my helmet, and I'm like, yo, my man, yo, you fast out there, like, you unbelievable. And he's like trying to talk to me, but I'm like, yo, take your helmet off, I can't hear you. So he takes his helmet off, and I'm like, what the hell? How old are you? These kid's a baby, I'm like, how old are you? He's like 16. I'm like 16.
Wow. Where's your parents? Where are your parents?
I'm like, yo, I'm like 16. I'm like, yo, and you want a freaking brand new R1. I mean, it was
brand new
anniversary edition R1, white and red, straight from the dealership. You could tell the tires still got the freaking marks on. I'm like, my brother, how? He's like, yeah, I just got it. 0 miles straight to the track. I'm like, no way. Yeah, I'm like, who you here with? He's like, my mom and my dad. You want to meet them? I'm like, hell yeah.
Absolutely. we need to know who the culprit behind
That's
this.
awesome. That's awesome.
Yo, I want to meet the parents of that. Yeah, 16 years old that has the common sense to say, I want to go to the track and learn how to ride my motorcycle properly. And he was so ahead of his time, and I met the family, and from that day on, wasn't a day that we weren't pitted next to each other whenever they came to the track. This kid was right next to me, and we kind of went through the Evolve DC ranks together. From novice all the way to expert, like when I got bumped, he got bumped. And it was, he made me feel young too, because of being a 16-year-old kid and riding with him all the way, this kid is unbelievable. And his dreams were to be a Moto America rider, and he was even racing. His race number was 608, which I believe is his sister's birthday number. So it's just unbelievable that, he lost his life to the streets. But he will forever be something I touch on coming to the track, and the people we meet at the track that become our family, because it's such a beautiful. You think the bike life community in the streets is tight. When you go to the track, it's just on times 10, because if your bike breaks down at the track, everyone gets parts. Everybody figures out a way to get you back out there. Everyone's so helpful and wanting to teach and give information. It's definitely another bike community that you want to be a part of and you want to experience.
Right. That's right. Yeah,
And I met him at NJMP, which is the track where I had my first experience of the track, which is another story I'm sure you guys have heard.
Oh man, yo, how? So I'm gonna take it a little far left a bit, and then I'm gonna open up the floor to these guys. How great is that NJMP track? I personally really like that track, yo. Andy, it was Andelic's first time there. Chris is gonna come next year. So like, yo, actually, Andy, So for being someone that's never been to this track, what did you think about it?
Well, I actually spent the night there on Saturday. If it wasn't for raining on Sunday, I would have stayed there too. It was really good. Saturday night was a little chilly to be camping out, but even still, we had a good time. And I stayed between turn 1 and turn 2, which is a really good view, and you can see the little hill coming up in the turn. So it's really awesome to be there and experience it. So cool videos too.
Oh man, you were there for the Moto America round?
Just a couple weeks ago. So the deal was for me.
Yeah, I was there.
The deal was for me to bring up my motorcycle because I had spoken with you in the past, and I told you, hey, I want to do a track day at the safety track in New York. Well, the whole deal was supposed to get Jules over here ready with his bike running, so I can be motivated enough to go and bring my motorcycle. Well, that didn't happen. But I'm still dying to do a track day.
Well, I'm gonna be at NJMP September 23rd, 24th, and 25th. So this coming weekend, you're more than welcome to come through. Hopefully, Evolve GT has some spots available.
My buddy Ryan Snyder tells me all because he's also an instructor there with you, and I believe through him
I know Ryan. That's my brother.
And Jules as well. But you're also a member on the 1000cc page, which I'm part of as well. So I'm glad to have you there too.
Yes. I love Ryan. That's my brother. He's unbelievable, and he's such a strong individual. You know, he's going through some stuff, and he's resilient. He's so determined, and I believe he's already riding. Like he's back on a motorcycle. This guy is. When I tell you he is one determined soul, that's what he is.
Ryan, if you're out there listening, man, we love you, buddy.
Always positive too. That's a fact, Ryan. You already know, Ryan. I love you, my brother.
Much love. What did you what did you think of the race weekend, Jose? Like what was that for you? Great for Warhorse, man.
Oh man, like you know, I'm the ambassador for Ducati New York and HSBK, and it was such an epic weekend for us. Like you know, to have Josh Herman win the championship for the Super Sport, and to get that Ducati. I believe he's the first to get the Super Sport on the Ducati championship. And then to get Petrucci after such a crazy Saturday, we lost a good amount of points with Petrucci coming in fourth in the race and Gagne coming, winning the race. We were down, I don't know, like 20 something points when we were just down one. And the next day we're just like praying for rain. Like everyone doesn't want it to rain because nobody wants to leave Moto America or sit in the rain to watch the race. But we were actually praying for rain because Petrucci's such a strong rider in the wet. And we knew Gagne would struggle a little bit with the water and give us a better chance to regain the points lost. So we literally doing our rain dance out there like we own crops and we farmers waiting for the rain to come down and water our plants.
It worked.
So we out there with it definitely worked. I was out there jumping and dancing, praying for rain. And finally we get some, right? But Sunday it just was raining, and then all of a sudden the sun is starting to come out and dry everything. And we're like, no, that's not what we want. And we're like, please let the clouds come back and rain. Like rain, we need it. And we're waiting, and it's like little drizzles. Like people literally went out on slicks.
Yep.
Because the pavement was still dry. And we're like, oh my God. They went out for laps and then all of a sudden it's starting to come down. And we're like, yes. I, yes. And people are like, oh no, track starts, it's raining, we're gonna have to leave. I'm like,
We laugh.
leave.
We
I wanted
laugh.
to pour.
I was that guy. I
I
left. I packed up and left.
yo, they were people so angry. They're like, what are
I
you
stayed.
talking about? There's no raining. There's no racing in rain. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh
buddy.
yeah, oh yeah. You know those tires with the slits? That's what they're for. The wet, and we want it
Yes,
wet,
we did.
It was a
as
great
wet as
race.
possible.
Wish
You know,
granted.
hey, oh my God, and the race starts, and you just see Petrucci gapping people, gapping, and it's becoming more and more, and I'm like, yeah, yeah. And you just see Gagne falling back and further back and further back. I'm like, yeah. And then there's a racer called Schultz, who I'm like, I know he's good in the wet, and he's coming closer to the group, and I'm like, please pass him, because I don't put him in
Yeah.
fifth. Maybe we can pass him on the points. Yo, and Schultz passes him. So I'm like, okay, that's it. I don't need Schultz to go any further. Let my boy Cam Peterson, which I love, let him stay in second. Let Schultz stay in
Take the
third.
points.
Gagne in fourth. I'm like, we're looking good, baby. Just keep it the way it is. And then you see Schultz catching up to Cam. I'm like, no, don't pass
You getting me
Cam.
fired up.
Don't fucking pass Cam Peterson. That's my guy. And he passes Cam.
So,
And then it looks like he's trying to catch up to fucking Petrucci. I'm like, please don't do this. Oh my God, no. And I'm like just saying, please finish race. Let this race finish. Please, because he's coming. And my boy Cam crashes.
man.
So now Gagne's in third. I'm like, please find somebody to pass him and put him back in fourth. That's what we need him.
Titlers, where you at?
Yo, thank God the race finishes and my man
Win.
Petrucci wins. We down now, like I believe it's like 4 points. We'll take that.
Final showdown at Barber.
And it was a most amazing weekend. You know what I'm saying? Because we still in the championship. It's gonna come down to the last race, and whoever ends in first wins. And I heard it's been raining a lot in Barber,
man.
so I'm still dancing right now, making sure the rain dance is coming. I don't know if it's a little like the
I was gonna
Harlem
ask you,
Shake
can you show us that
or
rain
what,
dance?
but nah, it's something like this, like, hey, you know.
Chris got the move.
Okay, I know you're the dancer. I seen you, man.
Just a little bit. And Chris, so the show is on your side because look at his warhorse gear. Chris, go ahead, man. Yo, explain what you got on right now.
The Ducati
Oh,
New York
yeah.
hat, the Ducati
Oh,
New
yeah.
York shirt. I'm a big fan of the team. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm checking you out, Track Star. I'm checking you out back there. I'm checking you
When I
out.
watched you on the BT podcast, he said, Jose, when you gonna get this right here? The Ducati tattoo.
Whoa.
Yeah, baby.
Okay.
Oh, that's a true Ducati enthusiast right there. You can't take that off. That is not a peel off, people. I know tattoos,
That's in the blood,
and that
baby.
is not a peel off.
That's for
That's
life.
in the blood. Oh
That's for
yeah.
life.
Now, unfortunately, I have no tattoos. I only got one tattoo, and it's in the back. It's like a pinup girl, and I swore I would never do another one. It's on. I have a pole going down my back, and then it's a pinup girl, and then like when I dance like this, it looks like she's dancing on the pole.
I like it.
So that's what I have.
You know what we're gonna do? The next time we meet up, man, we're gonna do a dance collaboration together, me and you.
Hey, next time we meet up, I'll take this shirt off. I'll show you. Just get them dollars out.
That's
She
how the
going.
rain
She
dance
likes money.
happens.
That's all right.
Yeah, there you go. And there. And let it rain. And clear it out. And let it rain. And clear it out. Now let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it.
So when you were talking about the motorcycle community and how like welcoming and how nice everybody is and how friendly, that includes Moto America as well. So
Oh,
the thing that I'm trying to reach
definitely.
out to people who are trying to get into the sport, when you go there to watch the race or qualifying or whatever may have you, it's not just the race. People think that, oh, they're gonna sit in one spot and then they're
Oh
gonna be
no,
forced. I'm like, no, you get to actually interact with
nah.
literally anyone and everyone. With that being said, I love everybody in the paddock, so it's hard for me to kind of cheer for somebody. But I'm gonna get some negative brownie points from you, Jose, because I wanted Skulls to whoop that ass so bad.
Alright.
Yo, listen, I went out. There's a reason why they give a 3-day pass. It literally takes you 3 days to really enjoy everything that's happening at a Moto America event. And I promise you, you will not regret going, booking a hotel for 2 days and enjoying all the festivities that's there. Because it's like my man K said, you go over there and you literally meet every single race. You could touch every single racer there. Have a conversation with them. These people are the most humblest uh people in the business. Like you'll never touch a celebrity of Cam Peterson's stature, of Petrucci or Josh Herring. Like these guys are so humble and dying to meet you, and spend time with you and chop it up with you. Be able to touch some of these motorcycles. Like these are $150,000 motorcycles. Some even more, 250,000. I'm talking about these bikes are on another level, and you really get to experience what it is to have a real race day. And like you said, all of a sudden, here I am praying for Schultz not to pass Cam Peterson, not only because of the points, but because he's my friend. Like, I literally met Cam Peterson many years ago, Josh Herman many years ago. And here I am now, like I have like a real friendship with these guys. After the race, I go back to their garages and even in their trailers and have conversations with them, talk about their life and not just racing. That's what you guys could experience going to these Moto America races.
Right. Yeah, and I remember my first Moto America experience was in 2020, kind of like when things were slowly starting to open up. Oh, you're good. You dropped some.
Yeah, I
Oh,
dropped my
good.
Apple.
So my first experience was in 2020. Andy's first experience was this year. The show. What was your first experience with Moto America?
Well, my first experience was way before Moto America was Moto America. It was back when AMA Superbike champion was. My first real experience was I went to Phoenix International Raceway when I joined MMI back in 1999. It was the last AMA Superbike race there in Phoenix. I met Doug Chandler, Aaron Gobert, Anthony Gobert, Ben Bostrom. It opened up a whole new world for me that I had never experienced, that I had just previously watched on TV. And I've always grown up with the passion for loving motorcycles, and ever since then I've been a crack addict for two wheels in road racing. That is my life. That's what I wake up to and breathe every day is motorcycles. 100%.
Heck yeah.
I love to spread the love to the people. I love to teach the people. I want to make everybody like TRAX STARZ a safer rider, and everybody have fun and stay up on them twos, just like he said, always.
No,
So a question I had for you, Jose, is your transition from a street rider to a track rider. I got the story from watching the podcast with you and our mutual friend BT. But your transition from being a track rider to a track instructor, and the satisfaction it brings you from instructing a young student and seeing them thrive and shine and gain seconds on the track. What is that like for you, and what's the experience? Also, with that, what advice would you give to somebody that wants to first be a track day rider? How do they reach out to you, and what do they need to do to take those steps to do that? To become a
to
track
become a
rider.
coach.
So.
Okay. So let's start with that because I think that's the most important thing here is getting these street riders to the track. I think the one thing that I want everybody to know is you do not need a license. You don't need a motorcycle license. You don't need a race license. You need a motorcycle, a tracksuit, and not even that. You don't even need a tracksuit. Just come up to an Evolve GT day, a certified knee dragger day, an N2 day, a New York safety track day. Book your day, which is anywhere from as cheap as $150 to $220. And you sign up with one of these organizations. You could go to evolvegt.com. You could go to NewYorkSafetyTrack.com. You could go to N2TrackDays.com. You could go to CertifiedKneeDragger.com. No S at the end. And sign up for a track day. They will you get and once you sign up, they give you the option if you need boots to rent, a suit to rent. All you need to bring is your motorcycle and your helmet. They will provide the rest as long as you book and as long as you book it and schedule your reservation for your suit,
Okay,
boots, and
so
gloves.
so
Um,
along with that
but
though, if they just bring their motorcycle, of course it's got to be safety wired and water weather, or right?
not
Okay,
necessarily for a novice rider. A novice rider does not have those requirements because you're not expected to be riding at that caliber of speed where you would have such a situation where will have an oil leak. But yes, if you can safety wire your bike to avoid an oil leak, please do because it's such a simple thing to get done. Any mechanic anywhere will get it done for you. And it really saves the day for a lot of people. You don't want to be the one who spilled oil on the track
right,
and
right.
That's
You don't
stressing
right.
want to
out
That's
be
right.
that guy.
everybody else. But but if you don't have that ability to get that done, don't worry about it. As a novice rider, you're going there to learn. You're not gonna go over there to go crazy on the track and try to set lap records. It, it's a different animal as far as finding speed. But I do highly recommend to every rider to go to a track day and experience that for once in their life. I think that we hear track and we automatically assume that it's racing. It's really not. It's a closed course for you to experience your bike in an environment that's completely controlled for you to maximize your time and experience on your motorcycle. So a track day is like them going to Bear Mountain and closing Bear Mountain and just letting you
Right.
ride Bear Mountain up and down, or close your favorite highway and let you ride it all day from 8 o'clock, from 9 o'clock in the morning to 5 p.m. In the afternoon, and there's nobody
That's
driving
right.
drunk,
That's true. Nobody driving drunk.
nobody texting and driving. There's nobody, no cars. It's just
All
motorcycles.
empty.
Everyone going in the same direction, and you got pristine uh roads on the track. There's there's no oil leaks there. There's no debris that you're gonna be experiencing like dirt on the track or
Potholes or whatever.
salt or
Right.
anything. You're not gonna find a
Yeah,
pothole
track
that
days
you
are
have to
addicting.
avoid.
It looks like it.
You're talking about your dream of what it is to ride your
Yeah.
motorcycle. How you would, it's called the track. That's the place you're gonna go experience that.
Just bring
And
your
the
bike.
best thing of all, if something happens, you got an ambulance waiting on site to pick you up. You're not waiting, 20, 30 minutes on the Deegan for a ambulance to pick you up when you hurt yourself out there. You're not. That's not what you're gonna. You got coaches
They
out
race
there that's
Harleys.
riding with you that are willing to give you instruction on how to get better, how to get faster, how to figure out your way through the course. It's like the ideal place that after you experience that, you will not find the
That's true.
streets fun
That is true.
anymore. I promise
It
you.
becomes addicting.
I promise.
Yeah. So along with that, Jose, is there certain requirements like up to date motorcycle tires, like Dunlop Q4s, Michelin road pilots? I mean, it's just whatever you want to bring.
Listen.
I just want you to let all the new people that want to get involved
Correct,
what they really got to have to bring, right?
Listen, the truth is, bring whatever motorcycle you have. Come experience the track. I told people,
I know
if
somebody.
you have a Harley,
Continue Kyle
bring
Wilde.
your Harley. I'm waiting for you. I, I,
Yeah.
I'm waiting for you, and so are several other coaches because it doesn't matter what you have as a novice rider. You you you're experiencing they're closing a highway for you and letting you ride and teaching you how to get better at riding because it doesn't matter what you're on, it's the same race line. And you're gonna learn the same cornering techniques and you're gonna learn the new fundamentals. So what we're
Dude,
giving you, you have tools
turn one in New York safety.
in your arsenal as a street rider. But you got a flathead. But you're gonna need that Phillips head. We're gonna provide you with that Phillips head. We're gonna provide you with that LP. We're gonna provide you with that, even with a drill eventually. You're gonna get a drill with bits. So it's just the track is gonna give you that full artillery that there's gonna come a situation you're gonna say, yeah, I know I could fix that. I got the tool for it. And that's what you're gonna do when you go back to the streets. Because there are turns at the track that you will never see on the streets. But you see turns on the streets and you're like, oh
And
my
he's got
God,
an
that's
RSV4.
a serious turn there. No. When you see turn one at a track, that turn that you're scared of in the street is nothing.
It's so true. Track stars is like my first time when I went to the track and I hit and this is Jennings. I don't know if you ever been there. When the first time I went to Jennings, that first turn, I came so fast. I ran off. I hit the dirt. I did. But it's just I think the anticipation of getting on track and that feeling, and you're so excited. A lot of things going on, and you get to the bike, and you're like, okay, now you got the mentality. It's like I want to be just as fast as everybody else, And it's not about that. It's more about you doing your own thing, taking the training and body position, and taking your time, and at the same time having fun.
Of course. Well, that's what happened. That happened to me. I mean, I came to the track thinking,
Yeah.
I am Valentino Rossi, like on the streets, literally, you couldn't touch me. Like I felt like I was.
Yo, I run with you for $50.
Like,
I run with you for $50.
Like I would watch MotoGP. Yo, listen, I was ready for anything. You couldn't talk to me about racing because I think I was ready to die like in the streets, going all out because to me the streets was the track. To me, go to a track was not possible. I didn't know. I would watch MotoGP and I learned about Valentino Rossi.
See you, bro. Couple Ferraris, couple Lambos.
I thought I loved motorcycles, but when I saw Rossi and what he was doing and how many races he would win,
inspired.
I was like, And every time I would go out and hit the west side, time myself from the Bronx in my house to Yamaha on 11th Avenue, I would literally time myself what it would take me to get over there, and
And
then
do it
how
better the
long it
next
took me
day.
to come back. And oh, listen, listen. I'm sure a couple cops and a couple people saw me. You know, a couple cars trying to race me. I would be like gone. You know how it
Yes,
is.
sir.
You know how it is. Those Camaros, those Mustangs, they try to put me through the tire.
Yeah.
Yo, and one day the I was on the west side coming from my house, timing myself to Yamaha, and I passed somebody, and they came right after me, and I'm like, yo, you know, I'm not aware that this
Yeah.
person behind me. When I pulled up to the dealership and you know, I checked the clock, I'm like, damn, that was fast. I mean, it wasn't as fast as yesterday, but that was good. That was good. We'll jot that down, and I feel somebody in the back of my helmet. I'm like, yo, what the, yo, who the hell just taking my helmet off, ready to fight? I'm like, yo, and
Bear
I
Mountain.
see it's my boy Ivan. Ivan works at the dealership, and I see him all the time there. We
What's
talk. I'm like, yo, why would
what's
you
up?
hit me in the back of my helmet like that? What's wrong with you? He's like, what's wrong with you? You
Yeah, yeah.
crazy? Riding like that in the streets? You want to die? And I say, I want to die? What? No, what is wrong with you? Don't ever touch me like that. He says, do you think you're fast? I said, yo, Ivan, I know I'm fast. I know I'm fast. What's up? And he's like, oh, you want to, I'm gonna take you. I'm gonna take you to the track. I said, what track you want to go to? The West Side, the FDR, the Major League, the Jackie Robinson. You like
What
the Jackie
highway you want to
Robinson? I
go
got some
to?
I'll show
turns
you.
over there. You want to
What's
see?
up?
What's up? And he said, well, are you crazy? Are you crazy? I'm gonna take you to the track. I'm gonna take you to the real track. I said, the real track. Yeah, yeah. Wait, what highway you
What
talking about?
interstate?
Talk to me, cause I'm ready. We could go right now. He's like, on Friday, I'm picking you up. Be ready. Friday, I'm coming to get you 5:45 in the morning. Saturday, that will be Saturday morning. I'm like, all right, I'll be waiting for you, you know? But
A
let
race
that be the
license.
last time you touch me like that on the back of my hand. You heard? And he's like, yo, shut up, man. Shut up. You got a son. Like, I know you got a son. Like,
Trying to make
you
some
got to
sense
think,
into
you got
you,
to
yeah.
get home, you know? I said, yeah, I'm out. I get on my bike, put my helmet back on. I'm freaking pissed off. I take off. But I'm thinking in my head, yo, is this guy for real? Like, he's for real. He's going to take me to the track. I said, this fucking guy, he's a liar. So this dude is lying. I get home. I tell my wife, I'm like, yo, supposedly we're going to go to the track. So they're going to come get us Friday, you know, in the morning, Saturday morning at 5:45. So be ready. I don't know. You never know. I swear he's lying. She's like, you're not going to no track. I'm like, yeah, I know. It's probably, you got to be like a millionaire to go to the track. You probably need a race license. I don't have a race license. I have a license. I don't even think I had a
Facts, right?
motorcycle license at that time. I'm like, all right. I'm like, all right, you know, whatever. Yo, Friday night, I'm like, you know, get home. I'm like, yo, you never know. They might call us in the morning. Yeah, wait for it. You just go to sleep, Jose, and we'll see what happens.
On
Boom.
cue.
5:45 in the morning. That phone rings. I'm like, hello, hello.
It's track time,
Yeah.
baby. Wake
He's like,
up.
yo,
Yeah.
you up? I'm like, yeah. Who's this? He's like, it's me, Ivan. I told you I'm coming to get you. I'm 5 minutes away. I'm like, I'm like, get the hell out of here. I wake up, I go, yo, he's really here. He's coming to get us. Yo, we out, wake up. She's like, oh my God, are you serious? We're gonna get up? I'm like, yeah, we're going to the track. Yeah, I was so excited. We get up. I'm like running outside. I give him a hug. I'm like, yo, we really going? He's like, yeah, you're going to the track. We're gonna see how fast you really are today. He must have known like what was coming because he
I
kept
bet he
laughing
did.
the
That's
whole
awesome.
ride to NJMP. He just kept looking at me like, yo, you think
Just
you
hold
fast,
until we
right?
get there.
Yeah, and I'm like, yo, Ivan, like, stop laughing. Like, I am fast. You're gonna see. Like, you're not gonna be able to keep up with me. When we get there,
Oh wow.
everybody knows Ivan. Everybody, everybody knows this guy. And he's like, yo, I'm gonna leave you here. I'm like, where you going? We're supposed to race. He's like, no, I'm racing at the other track. So he was racing at Lightning, and he was dropping
Okay.
me off for a track day at Thunderbolt. And who runs that show was Team Promotions, which was a huge organization in those days. They were the Evolve GT. They were the Ensu. They were the biggest, baddest track day
Right.
organization in the East Coast. So and I didn't know that Ivan is a real racer. You know, he's
Right.
racing what is like CTS at that time. You know, and I'm like, what the hell? Like, what you mean you going racing? You're supposed to be racing me at the track. It's like, no, no, stay here. Gonna go in this classroom. My friends are gonna look after you, and you'll be all right. I'll come back to check on you later. I'm like, all right, man, you're lost. You know, I'll just smack down on the people who here. So when they come up to me, they're like, "Hey, Ivan told us about you. We pleased to meet you, Jose. So so what type of rider are you?" I'm like, "What you mean? What type of rider am I?" He's like, "No, what type? You know, like what type of rider are you?" I'm like, "A fast rider. I'm fast." I'm like looking around me like, yo, what is wrong with these people? Like, are they for real? I'm like, I'm in Jersey anyway. Maybe it's not the same. I don't know. New York is different. I don't know. I'm like a fast rider. You hear me? A fast rider. And he's like, yo, relax, relax. Yeah, yeah. So you fast. Okay, but like what level rider are you?
Intermediate.
You know, are you novice? Are you intermediate? Are you expert? I'm like, the only word I knew for
That's
sure was
fast. That's
expert.
fast.
So I was like, listen, I don't know what novice means, so I'm definitely not that. And intermediate must mean something in the middle, no? I'm an
I'm a
expert, my
Spartan.
brother. Because like I
That's
told
it.
you, I'm fast. I'm really fast. And the coach goes just like this. Yeah, yeah, listen to me, listen to me. Hey, Jose, listen to me. I know you fast. I know you said that. And I know you say you're an expert. Okay. What tracks have you been to? I'm like, you name it, I've been to it. FDR, Deegan, Jackie Robinson,
I-10.
the West Side. They're like, I never heard of none of these tracks, my brother. I'm like, you been to New York? He's like, oh, you're talking about highways. I say, yeah, yeah. Fuck, where do you race? You know what highway do you race? He's like, no, those aren't tracks, Jose. I'm talking about tracks like this. I said, oh no, this is my first time. This is my first time on a professional track. That's what you meant. You should have said that. I never been on a professional track. So this is my first time. He's like, oh, okay, okay. So yeah, we're gonna put you in novice, which means beginner. I said, nah, you got me wrong. You got me wrong. It's not where I belong. He's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. everyone starts in beginner, and if if you're as fast as you say, we immediately bump you up. If you're as you might go straight to expert.
Possible.
It doesn't really happen that often, but if you are what you say you are, we will make sure we put you exactly where you belong. I said, all right. So where do I begin? He's like, they're bringing you a suit over in boots. We're gonna make sure you're taken care of. Ivan is important person here. We have a lot of respect for him, and we're gonna take care of you. So I said, all right. He's like, yeah. I wanted to tell you too that since it's your first time, we start with like a school type environment. I said, school? Nah, my brother, I hate school. I'm not going to school. They said, no, no, no. It's like a track day school. Like we just inform you on riding and stuff. I'm like, listen, I'll sit in there, but I don't want to be there all day. No, no, no. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. We'll move you out of there if you don't need it. So they start the
Flagging.
day and they talking
Follow the
about, you
leader.
know,
Yeah, yeah.
BP. I said BP. I don't know what the BP, the gas station, and Amoco. I said no go. I said, they talking about Apex. I'm like, what, an Apex Predator? I'm an Apex Predator. I'm an alpha. Alpha. I said, yeah, yeah. They talking about entry, exit. I said, yeah, I know. We just walked in through the entrance, and that's exactly where I'm gonna walk out when I go to ride my bike and get on this
I don't
track.
need this.
They teaching nonsense in here, straight up. I don't need none of this. And I'm like, yo. Finally, they say, yeah, everybody, get up. We're gonna do follow the leader first session. I'm like, follow the leader? What the hell? We in kindergarten or something? So what we follow the leader? He's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. We're just gonna show y'all what the line is. We're gonna do that a couple times, and then we'll come back in here. I said, I hope y'all going like keep up like a good pace and stuff. He's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Don't worry, just come, man. Enjoy yourself, man. You look like you look angry. I'm like, nah, nah, I'm good. But I'm just like frustrated with everything else. He's like, no, no, don't worry. You're about to have the time of your life, my brother. The time of your life. Turn your motorcycle on, man. Get your suit on. We go out. My man, we doing like 20, 30 miles an hour around the track. And these people they're pointing at birds and stuff outside. I don't know what they're pointing at. They're pointing at things and showing us and doing all these signals and tapping their tail and doing this. I'm like, yo, what is he showing me? Is this guy crazy? Ride the freaking motorcycle and let's go. I'm like, whoa, 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 let's go, let's go. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yo, when they brought us out of there, I was mad. I said, yo, we did 4 laps at 30 miles an hour. You guys were pointing at the sun and the sky and the grass, and I don't understand nothing I'm trying to tell people. Like, what is going on here? And the instructor is like, Jose, we were talking about the things in the class. Remember that I was talking about pointing at the cones and this and that? He was explaining apex, entry, exit. I said, listen, this is the dumbest thing ever. Yo, you know how fast I go on the streets? I hit 160 on that R6, baby. I'm fast, my man. Yo, listen, 30 miles an hour. I don't do 30 in local streets. What are we doing? This is a racetrack. And I'm telling everybody, is this not a racetrack? Hello? Right,
Oh,
guys?
you
We should
amping
come
them
in and
up,
go
yeah.
fast. And everybody's like, stop this guy. And I'm standing there like Toledo, from Fast and
Oh
Furious. I'm
man.
out there like,
That's
am
awesome.
I, you know? That guy's like, listen, we love your energy. We really do. But we're a little concerned about everybody else. We want you to have good energy, and but we need you to bring it down just a little bit, just a little bit. And I'm like, I can't, Ricky Bobby. I don't know what to do with my hands, baby.
We're ready. Let's go. Let me
Shake and
loose. Let
bake,
me
baby. Shake
loose.
and
If
bake.
you ain't first, you're last.
Shake and bake.
That's it.
Let me
I can
loose,
so
baby.
relate.
I gotta
Oh
go.
man.
That's it.
The blue flame. The blue flames. I was ready, man. Say they're like, Jose, you know the second session is coming. We're gonna do follow the leaders 2 more laps, and we're gonna let you go. You know what I'm saying? I'm a wave you by. When you see this signal, just go. You know, I'm gonna follow you, and I'm gonna see you're gonna be the first bike right behind me. I promise you. I said, it's about time. It's about time because listen, I think everybody's ready to experience what the racetrack is, and I think everyone's excited to see what a fast person really does look like. Cause I don't even think
Oh
you're that
man.
fast yourself. The way you were riding out there, 30 miles an hour. Are you serious at a racetrack? He's like, Jose, I'm being instructed. I have to show you. I said, just save it.
I love
Let's
it.
go
I
out and
love
I'll
it.
show you what it is. Yo, that guy, the coaches are huddled up. They're like, yo, this guy is just insane. I don't know what we're gonna do with this kid.
They
I
scared of
mean,
you right
this is
away.
trouble from the jump. Please let let's see if he might be what he says he is. You know what I'm saying? I I'm learning this like later, like after the coaches,
Yeah.
they were concerned. They said we don't know what to do with this kid, but we did our 2 laps, follow the leader, boom, 1 lap, 2 laps. I got my hand on my head, ready to go. You know, I'm like, okay, this the last corner right here, 13. I get down, boom, 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 boom. I get down to first gear coming out of 13. I said, I'm showing these dudes, I want all the power, all of it. Give it to me, all of it. Boom, first gear. And I'm like, he's looking at me. He looks back at me. He's like, is it like this? Just like this? Hold on.
I can just hear him. They're not. You ready?
And I'm like, what? And he was like, and I'm like, yeah. And as I'm passing him, boom, boom, second gear, boom, third gear, boom, baby, boom, fourth gear. You got this, baby. You got this. Boom, fifth gear. You sixth, sixth gear, sixth gear. And I see the turn is over there. I said, oh no. That bike started shaking, moving on the gas. I'm
He's doing that dance.
like, yo, all the way to the edge of the gate on turn 1.
Oh,
That bike stopped right there, like here, right here.
Oh my
The bike
god.
is right here. The gate is right there. I should kiss it. Yo, and the marshal, like on the tower, is looking at me like,
you rock, baby, yeah.
the
I'm like, I'm healing. I'm like, I can see like somebody, I could feel the tension,
yeah,
you
the
know.
thumb up or
And I
down. You
look
good
up,
or
and he's
what?
like,
Okay.
and I'm like, my hand's shaking. I'm like, don't cry,
Oh my
man.
god.
They gonna know you was crying, son. And the coach, something that doesn't happen too often, the coach came
Wow.
on to make sure that I was okay, and he's on the side, and then like he's like, I'm like, yeah, yeah. Wait, people, come on, take it. I'm like, wait, let me get myself together, man. We the fucking die out here, man.
Right there.
Who the hell puts a
He said,
freaking
I see my
90
life
degree
flash before
turn right there
my
when you're
eyes.
doing 100
I
in
need a
the freaking
moment. I need a
60 miles
moment.
an hour?
Please.
Yo, So I'm like, all right, get yourself together, because everyone's gonna be laughing at you, my brother. Like, yo, you done messed up. So I'm like, all right, I get out, I get the bike back on the track, 20
Cruising.
miles an hour, 30 miles an hour around the whole track, just like when we were doing follow the leader, and I was making fun of these dudes for
Ah.
taking it so goddamn slow. When I when I come out of the track, the guy's like, "You okay?" I say, "Yeah, yeah, I think I'm all right, man. I think I'm all right." He's like, "You ready?" Um, you ready to what? He's like, "Pay attention in class." I said, "Oh yeah, yeah, yeah." What was that that you were saying about the apex and the entry and exit thing? Those little cones. What you said they were for? He said, "Yeah, yeah." The whole day,
Turn one,
everybody was calling me
Jose.
Turn One Jose. Turn One Jose. They was like, yo, it's a right. You're the first one you make a right. Everybody, yo, Turn One is a right, right? I'm like, right, right, right. Y'all funny, right? Y'all funny. The whole day, but listen, I paid attention to everything they said. I was hoping they did follow the leader 2 more times so I can make sure I remember that it's a
Facts.
right on Turn One.
You never miss.
It was bad. Yo, when I tell you it was bad, it
He
was
never missed
bad,
turn
yo.
one again.
Listen, when my boy comes back, when Ivan comes back, he's like, Jose, I heard all the way at Lightning. Everybody's talking about what happened to you in turn one. I thought you were fast. I thought you say. I said, listen, I didn't know that it was that fast. You gotta make a turn. No one could do that. Not even Roxy. Yo, I never broke. I never nothing. It was straight to the grass. Straight to the grass, like I it was just too late when I saw when I remembered, like, yo, there's a turn somewhere here, and here you are on the grass, and I'm like, oh, that's turn one over there.
Ah. That's
I like
funny.
that
It's funny,
way.
Jose. I think a lot of people that are probably similar in age, like you and I, grew up, seeing these like little motorcycles coming up, becoming bullets, and being able to buy them at these dealership and things like that, and learning that we're able to go to these tracks because at a young age I was also not wasn't aware that I can go and take my motorcycle and practice and things like that. But I had similar issue, just like yours. Turn one, right off, and I was hanging on to that thing with hands and legs and bouncing back and forth, and that humbles you. That humbles you, and then you begin to listen. Same situation. Yes, sir. I'm guilty.
Yo, for real.
We're all guilty.
Yo, that's why I tell everyone that I meet in novice in the novice group, this is the most important day
Correct.
Facts.
of your motorcycle career, of your motorcycle life, is what you're gonna learn here today. Leave the ego, leave the knowledge that you think you have. Act like this is your first time on two wheels, not on a motorcycle, on two wheels.
That's
Like,
true.
you're gonna start off like you on a bicycle. Come as a clean canvas, because we're gonna draw Picasso out here. When you come out of here, you're gonna what you learned in 2 years, you're gonna learn in one
And
Facts.
day
and
here,
I
riding on this track. I promise everyone that's listening, anyone that what you learned in 2 years of motorcycle riding on the streets, you will learn more in that one day of that track. That one day, because I learned what a corner is that day. I learned how to take a corner at speed. I learned to slow down from
You knew braking
160 to
markers,
230 and make a
turn-in
turn.
points, body
Yeah,
position.
you learn braking markers. Like on the
Yeah.
highway, yeah, we're doing 160. Well, slow down to like 80, and
Right,
then
right,
hold 80 for that's like slow for us now, right? Now we're talking about slowing that
right.
bike down to that damn near stop, to make a turn. You will never experience that. And I'm talking about that turn that you do in your intersection, which is a 90-degree right. You understand? Like that's the thing
Sure.
that people don't grasp that concept and that tool that they just gave you, because that's the thing that when you go to the track and you work with these instructors and you sit in that
That
class,
tool.
they're just giving you that Phillips set. They're giving you that L key. They're giving you they're giving you that wrench. They're giving you everything for you to go back out in the streets and be prepared for any situation. So that's why I emphasize so much track,
I
Those
agree.
some
two.
street,
Track, 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 track. Facts. Facts.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. If there's gonna be a new song in your head, that's what it's
It's
gonna be,
addicting.
because you fall in love with it too.
You fall
Because
in love with like the
you
most
go back
beautiful
to
woman
the
you ever
streets and
seen
it's
in your
not fun
life, and then when you
anymore.
throw
You're
your legs
sitting
back
in
on
traffic.
after your first or second track day, and you get back on the
Oh
street, you're
yeah,
like, baby, but what's the problem, right? Right? It's totally different. So you got to dance with her different, and your mentality is different. So yes, I'm with you 100%.
yo, it's just, I tell everybody, if I could do it all over again, I would have done motorcycle
Yep.
safety school to learn defensive riding, and what it is that the motorcycle is intended to do, and then go straight to the track. I tell everybody, like new riders or people who want to ride, I'm like, please do me a favor, go to motorcycle safety school, get your license. They're gonna give you a 10% discount code too. Ride maybe for 2 weeks on the street just to get used to that motorcycle and what you're riding, and then book a track day. Come see me. Come see anyone in these organizations, and then ride the track. I promise you,
That's awesome.
you will never go back to the streets. And I'm sure that you'll be better prepared for the streets than you
Facts,
were
and you'll
with
also
just the
fall in love with
motorcycle
your
safety
motorcycle
school and
more than you
learning with your
thought you
friends.
would when you first got it. I mean, you got this bond when you're on the track. It's
Oh yeah.
unexplainable. Doing salsa with a woman.
I mean, it's like, you know what it's like. I would compare it to. It's like you have your girlfriend or your boyfriend, and y'all just dating, and y'all go to the movies. That's the streets, and the track is instantly going from dating
Facts.
to you on your
Everything's
honeymoon.
lovely.
You didn't go to the movies. You didn't go to the movies. You went straight to some resort on the
Straight.
beach, and you're going straight
Enjoy.
to the honeymoon
Knocking
suite,
them
baby.
boots.
Enjoy
Yes,
That's
sir.
it.
Yes, sir.
with a full license to do whatever you want. It's okay. Enjoy yourself. That's what the track is. It's just
You're dope.
indulgence
Plus you feel
with no
sensations
reservations.
you never felt before on your motorcycles on a track that you never thought you could feel, and that's
Yeah.
what also makes you fall in love with it that much more.
Oh yeah. I mean, you could have gone to the movies and just kissed each other, made out. But I'm
Straight
telling
to
you,
the
you go to the
honeymoon.
track, you're going straight to the honeymoon suite. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna
100%.
experience it in full. No reservations.
Gentlemen, we're about to cross the an hour and 10 minute mark.
Hey,
So I don't want to waste too much of everyone's time. And I know track, yo, Jose, you got mass stories that I think we all still want to hear, bro. And
Oh
so
man, we got
we
more. I mean, that's the famous one though. That's the famous one.
that
But
is
as we keep talking and I get invited back, listen. I got
Facts. He'll
that is
stories,
definitely be
and I
a
for
back.
got
hundred
sure, for
percent
adventures.
sure.
fact that you will
An
be
honor.
invited back whenever you have time.
Track stars. How do we find you? Where do we? What tracks? What organization you work with? plug yourself in. Let us where we can link up with you.
So right now, I was coaching with the Evolve GT. I'm not coaching with them at the moment. But I still ride with Evolve GT. I ride with them too. I ride a lot and I coach a lot with certified knee draggers. And I'm also always with Ducati New York when they host their days. I'm always posting where I'm gonna be at on my Instagram, which is TRAX, spelled TRAX underscore STARZ STARZ. Follow me there and make sure you put that notification bell on because I post a lot of good content. And I post a lot about what I'm doing. So make sure you guys come through and have a good
Very
time.
cool.
I'm always this energetic. I'm all about positivity, inclusiveness, and like I always say, staying up on tools. So I'm always trying to like keep everybody together, motivate others, especially my female riders. Please,
Yes.
you don't know how important it is to have women riders in this
Representation.
sport. Without
Facts.
true women involved in this
I
sport,
love
the
that.
sport is going to continue to die. We're going to continue to lose
That's true.
motorcycles.
Amen.
As you see, they're not making the
Amen.
R6. They're not making 600s for Hondas. They're not making, we got only the Kawasaki, I think, is the only 600 class motorcycle that
Yeah.
you can purchase at the moment. So and it's because of that, because this sport is so male dominant, and we need the
We need women.
representation of women. We need the representation of everyone involved because this is a community about bringing people together. When we wear helmets and leathers, we don't see skin color. We don't see what you are, who you are. All we see is a rider, and we throw up deuces all day when we see each other. And that's the beauty of this community. When we
From the
take that
beginning.
helmet off,
That's
it's
true.
it's already too late. We in love with you because you're
Facts.
riding, you're
And we share
representing
the same
exactly
passion.
what we
One
represent.
love.
Exactly.
So please continue to spread that word of positivity. Continue to provide us with platforms like this so we
Thank you,
can
sir.
send this message
Absolutely.
out and
That was
encourage
awesome.
others to come and join us.
I'm pumped. I'm
Exactly.
ready to
And
go,
So
it's all
dude.
one
get
love,
your
baby.
ass to
One
the
love.
track,
Let's
yo.
go.
Oh
Meet
yeah.
up with track stars. One love. We all have a passion. We're all here because we love doing what we do. It's more than just a hobby, and you guys need to understand. It's a burning desire. It's a burning passion. And
Oh yeah.
as always, thank you so much,
It's a
Jose,
pleasure.
for
Thank you
being
for having
here,
me.
Thank,
for taking
thank
time.
you
Absolutely
guys
a
for
pleasure,
inviting me
Jose.
on. I appreciate y'all.
I know time. I know it's been a rough time for you, but we really appreciate you being here and spreading your message of positivity and the motivation to go to the track. You know what I mean? You're definitely this off season when we don't have any races to review. I'm hitting all you guys up to come back to this podcast because we need a part 2, 3, and 4. Like there's a lot of things.
Nah,
Yeah.
I'll be
There's
excited to come back, man. For real.
hell fucking yeah, bro. There's a lot of things that I still want to ask.
Yes.
So and I
Yes.
We
appreciate
gotta,
that
we
Yes.
these
gotta do
guys.
Track
this
I
side.
live
agree.
too, like
I
all
Track
of us
agree.
in
side.
the same
Track
place.
side. We need to
Yeah.
do
The
a track
energy will be
side.
crazy.
Yes.
Yes.
We'll
We
make that
need to
happen.
do a track side.
Yo, that'll be crazy.
100%.
Trackside with
Trackside
track
to do
stars.
Yes.
the
We
podcast
need to
right
link
there.
up. I go up to
Oh,
Jersey
that'll
all the
be
time. We
epic.
need to do a
That'll
track side.
be wonderful. I don't think the universe.
The idea, this whole season's been kind of going kind of fast with our channel and everything. The idea is so sometime next season, do it a different style that we did it this season, and link up together, unite the group, and do a trackside event and a couple track days. That'd be awesome to do. Yes.
And you will be there, Jose, 100%.
I'm with it. I'm with it.
It will be our
Nah,
honor.
it'll be an honor.
Absolutely.
But again, once it's off season, I'm hitting you up. You're coming back. We're gonna be exploring more stories. I want to hear more. I know these fellas want to hear more. But until next time, I'm Cool Jules, Andy Andelix Rowe, Chris the Show Simko, and my man Trackstar. Thank you so much again for being here. One love. as what Trackstar says,
He-
stay on
he-
twos. Stay on twos. And I'm gonna plug in all his information down below. So if you can,
Hell
just
yeah, stay
just
up
message
on
me
twos,
like you know who you're working with, so I could just put that in the description down below. And if you guys have anything to say, leave it in the comments down below. If you guys didn't like us, leave it in the comments below. If you did love us, leave it in the comments below. If you don't feel like putting anything in the comments below, just leave it in the comments
Just
below.
leave it down
All
there.
right.
Just leave it
Until
down
next
there.
time.
Right down there.
Peace.